Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University and inside GCU Arena as Raising Cane's presents GCU Basketball. With the 4-0 Lopes hosting the 3-2 Arizona State Sun Devils. Good afternoon and welcome to GCU Basketball. Alongside three-time NBA champion Scott Williams, I'm Barry Butel. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, it's the 4-0 Lopes against the 3-2 Sun Devils, but Scott, more importantly, it's a great day for basketball in the state of Arizona.
I am excited. I woke up about 3:30 this morning, not able to sleep. You know those players have some butterflies, but they're going to be ready to roll.
Let's talk about a couple of key players first. A career-high 22 on Friday for Javon Blackshear Jr.
He was fantastic. 12 points in the first half, just a steady drives and using his bigs off the screens to knock down jump shots, but he's going to have his hands full on the other side with Remy Martin, because Remy Martin's looking to come here and do some damage. He's cat quick. Turn your head and he will steal that basketball and take it down and get 2 points the other way. I love the way he's got just a forward motor, and he continues to just keep his foot on the gas, and Bobby Hurley just lets him go.
Averaging 15.6 points per game is Remy Martin, leading the Devils with 19 assists. The Devils looking to bounce back after an 80-68 loss at home against San Diego State on Thursday. It's time to get things started at GCU Arena. We'll send it down to our public address announcer, Paul DeNuzer, to announce our opening prayer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the beautiful GCU Arena for this afternoon's men's basketball matchup between the Sun Devils of Arizona State University and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise if you are able. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this afternoon's competition with the word of prayer. Today's prayer is led by GCU's campus pastor and dean of students, Dr. Tim Griffin.
Would you join me in prayer, please? Our God and Heavenly Father, in the midst of challenging and difficult times, you still give us wonderful things to enjoy. So thank you for letting us be a part of this contest today. We pray that you would watch over the players, the coaches, and the refs, and especially the fans. Give us a great day today, we pray. We ask that you would be glorified and honored in this place, we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Griffin.
The Sun Devils come in with a record of 3-2. Their head coach Bobby Hurley in his sixth season at the helm in Tempe. Here is his starting five, brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Remy Martin, Alonzo Verge Jr., Josh Christopher, Kamani Lawrence, and Jalen Graham.
Yeah, the Lopes are going to have to keep their eyes on Verge Jr. He was absolutely fantastic in their last game against San Diego State at home. 25 points, but he did it in a spectacular fashion, knocking down 7 3-point shots in that basketball game.
Rashawn Burno is the associate head coach. The assistant coaches Ben Wood and Anthony Coleman. The Sun Devils 20-11 a season ago. 6-5 on the road, 11-7 in the Pac-12 conference. Coming off a 80-68 loss on Thursday to San Diego State. Time now to introduce you to GCU. Here are head coach Bryce Drew's starting five, brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Mikey Dixon, Javon Blackshear Jr., Oscar Freyer, Alessandro Laver, and Asbjorn Midgard.
Well, last game we talked about Dixon's need to be able to step up, and he did. He doubled his scoring average. Tonight, it's going to be on Midgard. His size. Will it be an advantage for the Lopes, crashing the offensive glass and scoring high percentage of around the basket, or will it be a disadvantage against Guard University because those guys are going to look to run up and down the floor, and can the big guy get back in transition and be a factor, being a roadblock on defense?
Bryce Drew 4-0 to start his first year as head coach of the Lopes. 4-0, 87-77, the victory on Friday night against Steve Alford and the Nevada Wolfpack. The assistant coaches Jamal Walker, Ed Schilling, and Casey Shaw. Director of player development is Ryan Lightfoot. Director of recruiting is AC Moikobu. Director of video operations Peyton Prudhomme. Strength and conditioning coach is Jordan Jackson, and the athletic trainer is Jordy Hackett. Time now for our three keys, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. The best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford.
Well, it's a dry heat. It's cold outside right now, Barry, but the Lopes need to put the heat on the Sun Devils defensively. Lopes only allow teams 35% shooting. Can't let ASU get good looks from three-point or transition layups. It ain't big enough. This valley ain't big enough for both of us. Well, the Lopes need to use their big size advantage on offense early and often, pound the smaller Sun Devils inside with post-ups and drives, and State 48. This is the battle for state bragging rights is on the line. GCU alumni have been waiting 40 years for this game. Play with pride and win with hustle. Outwork ASU, dive for the loose balls, take charges, get block shots, snatch a steal. It's the little things that become big things in moments like this.
Despite the limited attendance, the atmosphere is probably at its peak. The officials are Randy McCall, Larry Spalding, and D.G. Nelson. Javon Blackshear Jr. from Shadow Mountain High School, along with Jalen House, coming off a 22-point performance on Friday night, a career best for number 10 for GCU.
Something to keep an eye on this one as the half and game unfolds, as points in the paint. As San Diego State pounded Arizona State inside, 36-8 advantage, points in the paint.
We are underway. Lopes, Frayer to Blackshear. Moves left. Over to Laver. Frayer, near side. Guarded tightly by Bird. Javon asking for Alessandro to come up. Top of the key, floater, short, rebound. Into the hand, nope, picked up. Oh, looks like Frayer is going to be called.
Yeah, I don't want to see Frayer get a lot of early fouls because he's that Swiss Army knife that can guard a lot of different players on the floor. Unfortunately, trying to get back in transition defense, ran into the ASU ball handler, picks up a quick one.
Moving screen called on Arizona State.
We saw that a lot of the Wolfpack. GCU played the Wolfpack. These guards are so, I guess, in a hurry to come off of these screens. They're not allowing the bigs to get their feet set.
Laver, near side, Frayer, high there by Alonzo. Back three-pointer, off the rim. Both teams kind of working through some things right now, definitely on the GCU side. Remy Martin drives, step back, down underneath. Laver and Midgard there, driving in, right hand, not going to fall for Jalen Graham.
Well, ASU did some really nice things on that play. They got that ball below the free throw line. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Beautiful dunk down by Remy Martin, another big-to-big pass. And unfortunately, Midgard was not able to get those arms up vertically on the shoulders, kind of extended out towards the Sun Devil, and got whistled for the foul. So 2 early fouls on GCU on some key players in this game.
Graham comes up empty on his 2 free throws. The Mountain Point High School grad from Phoenix. Almost picked off, and it is picked up by Kamani Lawrence. Remy Martin, back to Lawrence, off the glass.
That's what those Sun Devils like to do. They like to get those steals and then put them to points on the other end, and they come back with a full court trap the other way.
Get through it. Mikey Dixon into the paint. Floater. Doesn't drop. Here come the Sun Devils.
Lopes are nervous.
Yep,
They're
no
missing
doubt.
some easy shots that they would make, and they're making some turnovers and committing some fouls they don't normally do.
Remy Martin. On by Dixon. Comes up top now, near side. Leaves for Christopher. Quickly to Burge Jr. Kick back out. Remy Martin. Dixon's in his face. Looks to turn the corner. Kicks back out. Burge Jr. Not gonna happen. Midgard. Labor with the support underneath. Blackshear off the glass. That one drops. We're tied early on. So glad he could join us here.
Well, Blackshear Jr. does a nice job of really getting that drag skiing and then taking it hard from the left side of the floor to the right side of the basket and getting it off the glass before anybody had a chance to help him out.
Josh Christopher underneath with a nice sweet dish to Jalen Graham.
Well, that was pretty right there. A number of good passes inside. You can see after every made basket, Sun Devils want to extend their pressure up the court.
Again with the pressure, Labor able to bring it up. Finally finds Blackshear underneath. Mikey Dixon, foul committed.
Well, Lopes are having some success. If they can get past that initial trap up top, they'll be able to attack the basket. But look at this one more time. Drive over, get the big to commit, lay it off to your big, and then let them send it home. And that's where they're going to try to attack. They only had 3 shots in the entire 40 minutes against San Diego State with either dunks or layups. So that's not enough. 7 2-point field goals the entire game. Buddy Hurley made it a point practice the last 36 hours and tell his team to drive that ball to the basket. We're seeing it early.
Mikey Dixon started the season unsuccessful. Now 0 for 5 from the free throw line. That one drops.
Well, even with the poor shot, it's just a 1-point disadvantage for the Lopes. Maybe they can settle in here now offensively and try to put a handle on these guys defensively, keep them above that free throw line.
Josh Christopher. Lobs it Burge. Takes the handoff from Austin. Frere got a hand on that shot. Sun Devils with the rebound into Midgard's hands.
Yeah, Midgard's doing a nice job. He's got a couple rebounds already in this one. Only 3 rebounds on Friday night.
Blackshear stops, pops, doesn't go. Pulled down by the Sun Devils. Here they come.
Blackshear's looking to be aggressive offensively. He walked.
Turnover, Sun Devils picked up by Blackshear. Far side, Dixon wide open look. Off the mark, rebound pulled down by Kamani Lawrence.
Well, Oscar Frere again. That was a silly reach. 2 silly reaches, 85 feet away from his own, defending his own basket. He's going to have to come out of this game. He's been chopping at the bit, but that's just one right there you just can't do. You already got one in the first possession. You got to get back on defense and pick him up. He's already done a really good job in the half-court set. There's no reason to kind of go after that one. He knows it.
Frere and Midgard take a seat.
Sorry, Labor got early foul trouble against Nevada, and he was able to come back and be effective. I think they're going to have to do a little talking to Frere over there and keep his head in the game.
Doesn't drop for Christopher.
Now look who's on the glass. This guy was so good. McLaughlin coming in off that bench, providing energy and points and taking charges defensively.
Basha High grad, McLaughlin. Labor, Sean Miller Moore, transfer from Oregon State, drives into the paint. Muscles his way.
Lead change. How about Miller Moore? McLaughlin off of that pine with a little bounce off the dribble. I like this Miller Moore kid. He didn't have such a great game. His numbers have been down the last 3 basketball games to under 5 points a game, but looking to get off early here in this one.
Remy Martin. No look pass. Nothing but net.
Hey, that's the kind of thing they do at the pro level right there. You come off of that, you slip that ball between a couple defenders to your big that's rolling right down the middle of the paint.
Austin with the bucket.
Guard University.
Jaden Stone in the game. McLaughlin backing his way in. Off the glass. Too heavy. Rebound. Sun Devils. Josh Christopher stops, pops. Off to Marr. Fouled by Sean Miller Moore. Tight game early on. 6-5, the Sun Devils in the lead. We'll be right back. By Herff Jones, by your side. By Community Tire Pros, serving Arizona since 1945. And by Talking Stick Resort, play in style. Welcome back to the campus of Grand Canyon University. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, and our third member of our broadcast team. We'll send it down to Kate Longworth.
Thank you, Barry. And although the crowd obviously limited, very limited in size due to safety during the pandemic, you can still feel the excitement in this building. After all, the Lopes, for the first time in program history, are officially hosting a Pac-12 opponent. ASU did pay a visit to campus back in 2011 for an exhibition game to open GCU Arena, but today this one is for the record books, and bragging rights are on the line. Coach Drew very quick to compliment Bobby Hurley for making this home-and-home series happen, saying that a lot of times, same city programs, they won't go up against each other, but I think it just speaks volume for the respect and relationship these two college coaches have for one another and the programs.
Definitely a great afternoon for college basketball in the state of Arizona. Josh Christopher hits the front end. He's now 19 of 22 at the free throw line.
And see that State goes right back into that full court trap after the made free throw.
Finds Blackshear Jr. Guarded heavily by Remy Martin.
They fall back into a man-to-man.
Glothen up over the top, threads the needle. Laver loses the handle. Josh Christopher travel.
Yeah, took an extra step. Nice job getting back in transition. Laver gets that pass. There's three guys around him. Unfortunately, he brings the ball back down below his waist where the little guys had the advantage, and they strip that ball away from him. He gets that ball. Get those ball up underneath your chin. Flare those elbows out. Those guys get popped in the mouth a few times. They won't be reaching for that basketball.
Sean Miller-Moore finds Blackshear Jr. Back to Laver. Laver puts it on the floor. Dishes back out. Jaden Stone from the corner. Short. Rebound. Laver got a hand on it. It's picked up by the Sun Devils. Remy Martin.
Lopes ice cold in this one. Just 2 of 9 to start. 22% from the field. Got to get some more shots inside that painted area.
Remy Martin. Instructing his team. Tayshaun Cherry on the floor now. They play cash. Martin near side. Stops in front of McLaughlin. All the way over to Cherry. Cherry long distance. Off the mark. Loose ball into the hands of Laver. Foul called on Austin.
Yeah, that was a nice job by McLaughlin using his body. Really got nice and wide down there. Nothing Cherry could do but come over. Austin could do but come over the back of McLaughlin. Got whistled for that foul. Just the second Sun Devil foul. They've been doing a nice job playing defense without fouling.
Midgard in for Laver.
The Lopes can break this trap and then attack. They'll have an advantage, but they've seemed like they've been content to get it over the half-court stripe and then just set their set offense.
Blackshear brings it across center court. Swarmed. Finds Midgard. Kicks back out. Jaden Stone quickly. Sean Miller-Moore. Bounce pass into McLaughlin. McLaughlin driving baseline. Tried to do the reverse. Midgard found it. Puts it home. Hoop and a harm.
I'm not so sure that wasn't a drop-off pass by McLaughlin underneath. He put a great spin move down along the baseline. I mean, look at the distance he covers here. Then he drops that basketball over to his big fella. And unlike Laver, Midgard, he keeps that ball right up underneath his chin and goes right up with it and scores it. Knocks his game up at 8.
Martin to Tayshaun Cherry, over to Holland Woods. Back to Martin. Gets some support from Austin. Jalen House in the game. Kicks back to Remy Martin.
Boy, Walk got away with one.
Tayshaun Cherry wants it from 3. Not going to drop. Jaden Stone with the rebound.
You know, Cherry hit a shot from out there against San Diego State. Now I think he's getting a little happy from shooting those 3-point shots.
pass inside into the feet of Midgard, but he's going to be called foul. Let's get Austin again.
Yeah, they got Austin hanging on the back of Midgard, hanging on for dear life, because Midgard had him posted up down there around that half moon circle down there. Would have been lunch for Midgard had he been able to catch it cleanly. And a nice foul. Sometimes a foul is a good play. Make him take a base out of bounds, but instead of giving up the easy 2-point.
Stone beyond the arc, guided by Martin. Austin there as well. McLaughlin. Blackshear in front of the ASU bench. House on him. Loose ball, Blackshear, Jalen House. Two standouts at Shadow Mountain. Long distance near the shot clock, but picked up by McLaughlin, but stripped away by the Sun Devils. Ball security definitely a factor for GCU.
Yeah, got to take care of that basketball. They keep putting it down the floor around all those 3 and 4 guards, and they're stripping that basketball out of there.
Remy Martin kicked back out. Jerry for 3 again, not successful again. Kicked up, 2-on-1 break here. Bounce pass, Jaden Stone. Foul underneath Jalen House.
They took a page right out of the Sun Devil playbook. Forced a tough shot by Cherry out there on that baseline, and then got back before Cherry, who's supposed to be the rim protector, could get back in transition, and the foul was committed. This kid right here is pretty good. I really like this kid here, Jaden Stone.
Tweaked that ankle against Nevada. Able to come back.
Yeah, he rolled his right foot to the outside of his shoe. It almost where his ankle ended up touching the hardwood, but kid's tough. He came back in the second half. He was moving good.
Little help there.
In the ball game for the Sun Devils, number 11, Alonzo Burge, Jr., 13, Josh Christopher, 24, Jalen Graham. In for the Lobos,
Early rolling in. Off of his bench, 3 new Sun Devils come in. 2-point lead for GCU. 12 minutes to go, opening half. Olin Woods. Apollo High School grad by way of Portland State.
They like this weave to a high pick. Hope to get that guard to come off and be able to fire. Midgard's got to get out and show.
Picked off. Sean Miller-Moore. Around for Midgard near his feet in the swarm of Sun Devils.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Midgard going down there. That was a tough pass for the big man to get. You pass it down there below his knees. That's always tough.
Timeout on the floor with the Lopes up by 2.
Timeout on the floor.
Good team, good conference, ranked. I feel like it'll help us as a team, as individuals, to put our names out there and let them know we're on the same page. We're not just a mid-major. We're trying to come for the big guys.
A special game today for not just fans of college basketball, but these two coaches and, of course, the players. And you just saw Von Blackshear Jr. talking about this matchup with ASU. And he, of course, has ties with Sun Devils guard Jalen House. The two of them were standouts at Shadow Mountain High School, helping the Matadors to 4 state titles during their run together. And you know, guys, I know Coach Drew has mentioned that a lot of times you won't see this programs in the same city go head-to-head, but why it's so exciting is because you see this. House and Blackshear, their history goes to when they were little kids playing in youth leagues. And right now, for fans at home watching, it's really exciting to think, hey, one day maybe I could play at one of these programs too.
No doubt. Christopher shot off the mark. Yeah, their dads, even Eddie and Javon Sr. played AAU together in the mid-90s in Oakland. Two families definitely have a long history together playing hoops.
Eddie, boy, I tell you what, he filled it up for the Sun Devils. You talk about Guard University. This kid went for, he's not a kid anymore. He went for 60 points in a basketball game. I think that might still be the ASU scoring record, but I mean, think of Fat Lever and Byron Scott and James Hart and Eddie House. I mean, no wonder they got the nickname Guard U. And then now Remy Martin, he's continuing that tradition.
McLaughlin looked around for a while.
Don't need that.
Yep.
Lopes not playing smart basketball here in this first half.
Loose ball. Turnover by the Sun Devils. Sean Miller-Moore driving. Lost the handle. Foul.
think they're going to say he was going up with that one. So nice job after a bad shot by McLaughlin. I say he does a lot of great things. So that's one of the few, I would say, questionable plays that he's made. But they go back, get it back on defense, and what they've been doing is getting that ball off of steals and poor shots by the Sun Devils and getting them to points on the free throw line by getting the Sun Devils a step slow in transition.
Hurts Jr. called his first.
Mikey Dixon.
Mikey Dixon in, Laver back in. Chance McMillan in the game for the Lopes. Pulled down by Woods. 3-point lead.
We didn't see a lot of McMillan on Friday night, so you know he's going to be hungry to make his presence felt on the floor.
Martin. Millen's going to be rung up there.
That's something Remy Martin's so good at. I don't know if he's got the James Harden beard there. Maybe that head, shoulder fake, and chin fake with the beard gets guys to rise up off the floor. Yeah. So it's part of a weapon. Using the beard as a weapon there to get the defenders to bite on your bump fakes.
I had no idea the beard could be that lethal.
Well, James Harden's not shaving his. It's worked out pretty well for him.
I think so. I think so.
And we had some highlights of Remy Martin from last year with the clean-shaven look. I had to do a double take, and we were in pre-production to go, we sure we got the right player out there? Take me about 20 years to grow a beard like that.
McMillan's time on the floor, unfortunately, doesn't last long. Blackshear Jr. back on the court.
Well, Blackshear Jr., you know he's going to go over 35 minutes tonight. Yeah, he played 37 minutes, was spectacular with those career-high 22 points on Friday. And it's a short turnaround, but Coach needs him on the floor. He's going to have to log those extra minutes tonight.
Really not pleased with that press. On Laver, across midcourt. McLaughlin. All the way over to Mikey Dixon with a laser. Right in front of the Sun Devils bench.
Short clock once again.
6-5. Tight D by the Sun Devils. They lose the ball to the Lopes. It'll be the Sun Devils' ball.
On the alternating
I tell you what, I knew one of those Sun Devils. I mean, you don't play that way, but had they not tied him up, the shot clock was getting ready to expire.
They
could have saved that possession, that arrow possession, kept it in their direction. But now it's going to go back to Lopes next time there's a tie-up. One of those small things to notice, like, okay, ball's on the floor, maybe just let it go, and we want to get the ball anyway.
4 turnovers for the Lopes, 5 for the Sun Devils. Remy Martin. Trying to move on Blackshear. McLaughlin came out for some support. Loose ball pulled down by Sean Miller-Moore.
Sun Devils are very loose with the basketball today as well.
Laver. Oh, Kamani Lawrence is called.
You don't want to foul that guy when you're in the penalty situation. Laver 9 of 11 on Saturday from the line. That's going to put the Sun Devils at 18 fouls, sending Laver to the line. Just one more time here. Look at that beard going down to the basket, and then just draws the defender, tries to kick it out to his buddy, but Miller-Moore right there snatches that one, says, I got plenty of Pac-12 experience. I was ready for this play. I'm a GCU player. I got Laver on the line. I don't even move. I said, what's the point? All you're doing is distracting one of the best shooters on the floor. I play with a guy named Jeff Lebo, one of the ACC and UNC all-time foul shooters. You just let the guy shoot and just get ready to trot down the other end. If it hits the rim, it's a poor shot. I mean, 90% of the time, you know it's going in. Relax.
You're checking your shoelaces. Are they tied?
Exactly. What's the play
Do
call?
I need a manicure?
Yeah, what's the defensive set? That's all you need to know when you're at the free throw line with those good shooters at the line.
Remy Martin. A little indecisive there. Kicked way out. Blackshear with the rebound. Here come the Lopes.
Just 3 of 10 shooting are the Sun Devils.
Mikey Dixon.
Excuse me, making 3 of 11 now after that last miss.
In the corner, Blackshear Jr. Back to Sean Miller-Moore. He had to put it on the floor, and he traveled.
Traveling is the ball.
UGLY, these teams don't have no alibi right now. This is ugly, ugly, ugly basketball. I mean, they're used to, both teams are used to being up over 20 points apiece at the under 10-minute mark in the first half. So we're going to see a low-scoring affair tonight. My prediction was the teams would make it into the upper 70s and 80s in this basketball game. I'm going to be way off.
Kicked in the corner. Remy Martin. Long distance shot. Yikes.
Well, he's not afraid to pull it from out there. I've seen some games, and he had 2 in the first half against San Diego State where he shot it from 30 feet.
Wow, it's been quite a while. I believe the last field goal made at about 15:31 on the clock.
Check the height of these baskets. Maybe they raised them up a little too much, or these teams are just so pumped to play. They burned through a lot of that early energy. Finally got one to go.
Alonzo Burns Jr.
Yeah, he's coming off a career-high 25 points where he made 7 threes. They realized no one's making an outside shot. I got to drive something to the basket. 1 point Lopes lead.
Labor trying to find an outlet. Blackshear, they're guarding heavy.
This is a concern for Coach Drew. He needs to get that ball not only below the top of the key, I believe he needs to get that ball below the free throw line to do damage against that Sun Devil D.
6, 5, 4. Man, this defense is stifling. Dixon's got to put it up. Oh, a foul on Alonzo Burns Jr. with 1 second on the shot clock.
Yeah, Coach Hurley can't believe it. He's yelling at the official. Look at those eyes. That's the eyes of a competitor right there. And one more time, he just catches Burge off of out of position and gets that foul, and he's going to go to the line and shoot a couple freebies.
13-12 with 7:50 to go on the clock as you look at the high intensity in the eyes of Bobby Hurley as the Sun Devils, the front end of a home-and-home series. The Lopes scheduled to head to Tempe next season. Barry Butel alongside Scott Williams. So glad you could join us for college basketball here in the state of Arizona, being really highlighted this afternoon here at GCU Arena. As you mentioned, I prefer maybe a little high intensity rather than ugly, Scott. Could we, both teams, they're having a little bit of they're trying to work off some rust here.
Yeah, first 10, 11, 12 minutes of this basketball game, they've been struggling, but we're going to hope that they pick it up here the rest of the stretch, because both of these teams are high potent offensive. They love to shoot the threes, they love to get out on transition, but right now they have a tough time dribbling the basketball without traveling or making a pass that finds its target.
Sean Miller-Moore coming off of the bench with Oscar Freire getting a little bit of trouble there early on. Looked pretty sharp.
Well, I like Miller-Moore because he's got that Pac-12 experience, his time up at Oregon State, and he's coming in here and he's handling the pressure of the big moment. And he's not doing anything that is outside of his character, being aggressive, taking the ball to the basket, using his length, getting some steals, and then making sure they get a bucket the other end. I love this one right here. That's just smart basketball, saying, I got a great shooter in the corner. I'm not going to leave him. I'm going to stunt at the driver, but stay home on the shooter.
Great watch party going on at the GCU Championship Golf Course and the Lope House. See some friendly faces there that are familiar. Copper State Credit Union. They're enjoying the game. Just west of the campus of Grand Canyon University is the GCU Championship Golf Course. It's inviting out all of the Lopes Club members who have been such great supporters of Lopes basketball, the Grand Canyon University. Their support of primarily the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship Fund. And if you'd like to give, just log on to giving.gcu.edu. Find out more.
Nice job by Mikey Dixon knocking down the front end of a free throw for once this season for him. And it was a 1-and-1. He really needed to get them both. You know, Lopes had a little bit of lull in that first half against Nevada, and they really turned it on. They went on a big 8-0 run, and it really gave them some momentum for the second half. Let's see if they can do that again here against this stingy defense that the Sun Devils just not able to find the range. 4 for 13 now, 4 for 14.
Dixon. Eyed by Graham. Freire back on the court. He looks for 3. Jalen House brings it up. Got Graham there, but he did lose it. Oh, foul.
No, I say that Blackshirt Jr. kicked the basketball so he could make sure that he picked it up, and we're going to keep the ball at the Sun Devils. One more time, he tried to come off of the screen. Let's see, but Blackshirt swats it away, but then he uses his right foot to corral the basketball so nobody else could get it. I thought it was crafty, but the officials picked it up.
Martin far side. Josh Christopher. Jalen House back to Christopher.
Oscar Freire is really struggling tonight. Picks up his third foul. He was only on the floor for 1 minute. Took a bad three-point shot at the other end and picks up his third foul. And they're going to come right back with that Miller Moore popping back in the game for Freire. We'll have to see him in the second half. He's got to get his head right.
For every three-point shot that GCU makes, Commerce State Credit Union will make a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. Just talked about that. For more information, go to giving.gcu.edu. So far, not a lot of donations going on with three-point shooting. Both teams 0 for from the arc, as you touched on that. 0 for 5, Arizona State 0 for 6 for GCU.
Well, these players, they know that donation's going to a good cause. Hopefully they'll pick it up here down the stretch.
1 point GCU lead. Under 7 to go, opening half. Whoa, good thing he's 7 feet.
Yeah, he had to go up to 8 feet to get that one. Midtgaard with those good hands was able to get that and corral it back in.
Blackshear to Midtgaard, back to Javon. High by House. Moves left. Looks inside, bounce pass. Midtgaard off the glass.
That was pretty. That's just simple basketball. Set a screen, roll your big down to the block. That's not even its favorite block, and they made it look easy. Midtgaard prefers the right block, but did damage on the left block that time.
Josh Christopher. Holland Woods, top of the key. Good.
That's pretty. Just a little penetration, dish it off to your partner. He takes it from the right side to the left side, gets right in front of the basket. Lopes don't want to give up too many of those shots to the Sun Devils.
Sean Miller Moore takes it from Laver. Dixon drives in the paint.
Second time we've had one of those balls lodged between the backboard and the rim, and they're going to get Mikey Dixon with a charge. I'll be interested to see if we can get a replay of that and make sure the defender, his feet is outside that semicircle. It comes in here and, oh yeah, a good foot and a half above that semicircle and takes that blow for his teammates and gets it back. I mean, that's what it takes. A big game like this, bragging rights on the line like King keeps saying. Got to put out all the stops to get a stop on defense.
Deshaun Cherry took the blow there. Turnaround by Josh Christopher. Big mark.
Oh, that's going to be a silly foul right there. Graham coming from 17 feet. You want to get on the glass, but you can't come right through the back of a purple jersey. You send Midtgaard down the line to shoot free throws the other end. Now, he's a poor free throw shooter, so it may work out into the advantage of the Sun Devils. The problem is that's the 10th team foul now on the Sun Devils, so it's going to be 2 shots.
He's 3 for 4 against Nevada.
True that.
Let's see. Slowly inching up. It was 6 for 13, 46% coming in to game 5 of the season.
Well, you know I like the big fella, and I like to see bigs. Being a former big myself, I like to see the bigs go up there to that line with confidence. Make or miss. Have confidence. Don't fear that free throw line. Embrace it.
You know, just so you know, you're still a big. You know, you're formally a big. You're still really big.
I'm bigger than big.
Yeah. You still tower over me. To sit down on camera. Floater off the front of the rim into Midtgaard's hands.
Now, great defense by Midtgaard. He played solid defense, not to give up the drive, forced the outside shot, and then he gets back on the glass.
Midtgaard, Mikey Dixon. Got some help there a little bit. Holland Woods on Dixon. Leads for Laver. Laver hands it back to Dixon. Blackshear with an open look. Good!
Blackshear ripping the 3 off the right side. He likes that elbow area. Extended eyeball in that basket. Got it on balance and canned it. 5-point lead for the Lopes, the largest of the game.
Josh Christopher eyed by Sean Miller Moore. Christopher moves right, stops, pops. Not there. Sean Miller Moore with an easy rebound. Brings it up the court. Drives into the paint. Ooh. Lost the handle.
Cherry with good defense.
Underneath, Laver. That one drops.
Sean Miller Moore coming off that pine. replacing Frere, making good things happen on the floor.
The lead is 7 for GCU, 4.5 to go, opening half. Holland Woods steps back, leaves for House. House looking to move on Blackshear. House stops, swarmed by Midgard, finds Tayshawn Cherry. Kicked out to Woods.
Cherry 0 for 3 from behind the arc, did not want to shoot that one.
6 on the shot clock. Christopher up and under, not gonna happen. Blackshear. Bounce pass, Sean Miller Moore. Stepped out, Sun Devils will inbound underneath.
Go back to this one more time by Javon Blackshear Jr. Mikey Dixon gives him a great pass, and he loves it. GCU with a 23-16 advantage.
You back, just under 4 to go right now. GCU on top of the Sun Devils, 23-16. As we take a look at our USAA athletic calendar. Tomorrow, Molly Miller's team set to take on Eastern Washington after a tough 1-point loss yesterday at Southern Utah. The final was 84-83. And we'll be back here with you on Tuesday as men's basketball continues their non-conference schedule. We'll get you teed up starting at 6:30 p.m. with the Lopes pregame live show. And coming up at the half, I will check in with Coach Drew to see what he likes and some things he'll be working on at halftime, keeping this game close and, of course, wanting to tighten up the play a bit out there. But right now, Lopes on top, guys.
Thank you, Kate. Look forward to halftime. Lopes on a 6-0 run since the 6:20 mark of this opening half. 3 of their last 3 from the field, while the Sun Devils are 0 for their last 4. Their scoring drought is approaching 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, just 5 of 19 shooting for the Sun Devils, 26%. But that's what the Lopes have been doing to opponents all year long, holding them just 35% shooting.
2 of the last 13 from the field. Jalen House drives, kicks back out. Austin, good.
That was nice basketball. Yep. Whatever Coach Hurley communicated to his teams, they went out and executed because they got a high-quality shot with no defense, 14 feet along the baseline.
3.5 to go, opening half.
Let's see what BD drew up during his timeout.
Blackshear crosses up, House side by him tightly. Oh, diving.
That's a foul.
Yep.
Kind of came through the shoulder of McLaughlin to poke at that basketball because he did not want to get posted up by the bigger, stronger McLaughlin on that block. So he just tries to pull McLaughlin. Cherry just pulls McLaughlin and catches the foul there. I'm not so much bigger or stronger. Cherry's a pretty big, strong guy himself, but he found himself at a disadvantage. McLaughlin not able to hit the first.
Back in the ballgame for the Sun Devils, number 1, Remy Martin.
Kick themselves if they can't pick up their offense here, but they get Sun Devils. They're playing such good job defensively, but they can't get their own offense. And it seems like there's, that truck that's stuck in the mud as well, kind of spinning their wheels.
Labor comes in for Midgard. Remy Martin back on the floor. McLaughlin 3 for 6 from the line early on.
Midgard looked like he'd been hitting the weight room the last 36 hours. They put a cot in there for him. You see the size of his shoulders and his biceps? That's a big 270-pounder.
Gronk-like. Woods, bounce pass. Raymond Martin in front of the GCU bench. Eyed by Blackshear. Austin comes over. He wants him to come out again. Moves left. Blackshear able to slip around again, but enough for Remy Martin to connect.
He doesn't need much, just a little crack. He was struggling to get a shot to go down. He finally gets his first one to go down, and he had to work hard for it. 4-0 run now after that timeout by Bobby Hurley. He's got his team right back in it, just down by 4 points.
Labor called. Austin was on him.
Well, something the Lopes have done so well in the first 4 basketball games is finish off the halves. And right now, I can't say these last minute and a half whether or not that's been the case. Is you got a big guy out there on the floor, and you really don't want him putting on the ball. Now, is that a flop? It just looks awkward because there's a 7-footer handling the ball, and they call it.
Martin, floater, short, rebound pulled down by Remy Martin off the glass with a hoop and a harm.
Remy Martin, he kind of had a different mindset since that last time out. Aggressive with coming off these high picks, shoots that one short, and he knew it right away because he was first to the rock. He gets it and gets the contact. Look at him get right into the shooter of the big. You see a lot of young, inexperienced, smaller players will shy away from that big guy, thinking if I shy away, he won't block my shot. But the good players know they got to go into the big to get that body contact, and that actually negates the strength of the big guy, and then you get the contact and you go and go to the free throw line.
Jayden Stone to Sean Miller-Moore. Back to McLaughlin, puts it down on the floor in the paint with a right hand, not there. Tip back, that's not going to fall.
Oh, he has those pogo-like legs. I thought he had such clearance that he could have just dunked that basketball at the rim. See how aggressive Remy Martin has been these previous 4 trips down the floor. They just constantly trying to attack that basket, realizing the poor field goal percentage is not getting it done. Wonder if that ball came off of his thigh.
Looks like, was it Sean Miller-Moore put a hand in there? But you're right.
All called on the lips, number 22, Jayden Stone.
Jayden Stone called for the foul.
Love shooting themselves in the foot right
Yep.
Just a series of fouls, constantly sending the Sun Devils to the line, and what was a 7-point lead may have just completely evaporated. Send this guy to the free throw line.
4 of 7 coming in. Woods.
We've seen a lot of missed free throws early in this college basketball season, not just by GCU, but all teams around the country, and even the good basketball teams, the teams in the top 10, top 20, have really struggled from the free throw line this season. And it is another good free throw shooter here, and you talk about 4 for 7 coming into this one, and those last 2 barely even touched the rim.
Tied at 24. Laver. Into Dixon. Dixon high by Remy Martin. Remy Martin's going to be called.
I must have played a different game in college. Even fouling guys with the ball out of bounds, putting them to the free throw line, fouling guys 65 feet away from the basket when you got good momentum going, putting them on the line for 2 free throws. That's not smart basketball. And as good as players are, and maybe a little more athletic than when I played, and I'm sounding like that old. Yeah. the old guy that's the angry old basketball player that's washed up. But we played a more intelligent basketball game. You got to know time and score and situation. And those last 2 fouls on both sides by the Lopes and the Sun Devils was just not good basketball.
I was just thinking if anybody criticized what you were saying, and you could just say, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I've got my 3 NBA championship rings in my ears.
Well, and I don't like to be hard on the young players because they're still learning. But there's certain basic basketball plays that should have been taught at the high school level, and they should already have ingrained.
Kamani Lawrence in the game, puts it down on the floor, kick back out, right through the legs.
Nutmegged him. He tried to give him a good pass, but he just didn't get enough on him. It hit him down there around his knees. And
you don't like that?
It's tough when you're any player, big or small. You're not expecting the ball to ever come at you below your knees.
Dixon. Tied by Remy Martin. Laver comes out, receives a pass, bounce pass to Sean Miller-Moore. Twist, cuts in, lost the handle. Down on the floor, gives it up. Kamani Lawrence up over the top to Josh Christopher. Behind his back, Remy Martin, no doubt about it.
That was a sweet dish. One motion with kind of a cool hand look. Look, he just flipped it behind his back right to his trailer.
Another turnover by GCU on the errant pass in the corner. Holland Woods. Oh, there we go. Momentum.
Yeah, this is a tough timeout for Bryce Drew to take with just 1 minute to play in the half, but he needed it. His team has come unglued. Yeah, turnover here. Tried to go down for it, that just couldn't grab. Just all you got to do is hold on to that basketball when you go down with it and just get tied up. It leads to 2 points the easy way. And then this one here, come out of that one, you give up the turnover, then find that corner pocket three shooter in Woods Kansas. He's 2 of 3 from the field, got 5 points in just 10 minutes.
Woods hits the first three-point shot of the game for Arizona State, now 1 for 8. 11-2 run for Arizona State. As you look at the non-conference mark under Bobby Hurley, 7-2 record in non-conference road games. Previous 30 games, 8 and 22.
Yeah, he turned that program around. You mentioned the good season he had a year ago. You know, I was kind of curious. They had some momentum in the Pac-12 and won 11 basketball games. We're getting ready to head to the Pac-12 tournament, the NCAA tournament. I was interested to see what the Sun Devils were going to be able to do, but unfortunately that season got shattered by COVID.
Under a minute to go. Lead is 3 by Arizona State. Low scoring opening half. Laver. Kicked out. Dixon. Ooh, he almost lost the handle. Remy Martin's on him. Coming out is Kamani Lawrence. Back to Blackshear Jr. He'll drive. Stops high off the glass at the shot clock, and it's good.
Yeah, it took everything they could to get a bucket there after that timeout. The play that was drawn up went kaput, but Blackshear Jr. is so good and crafty and sneaking into crack.
Oh, picked off! Blackshear off the glass!
Blackshear doing his darn thing here in the final minute to snatch the lead from the Sun Devils. Only 5 to shoot.
Martin stops, pops, in and out. And we are at the half with the Lopes up by 1.
Well, offensively, it was an ugly basketball game, but look at the last 2 baskets by Javon Blackshear Jr. I don't understand what Remy Martin was doing. He fell asleep at the wheel, turned his back to the coach, to Blackshear, looking at Bobby Hurley, and he just picked his pocket and a little smile for Remy Martin on that one.
Let's send it down to Kate Longworth.
All right, thank you guys. And Coach, I want to talk about the game overall, but let's just talk about what unfolded in that final minute. It's a famous saying in sports, you always wonder, can you carry over the momentum? And with some heads-up playing like that right there that we just saw from Javon, how does that help your team going into the locker room at this point?
You know, we definitely needed a spurt going in the locker room. We had a 7-point lead, disappeared. In a couple minutes, they had all the momentum. So 2 big plays by Javon. You know, he kind of went quiet for a period there as they got back in the game, but we're a much better basketball team when he's attacking the rim like he did that last minute. And
I know you preach defense. Right now you have held the Sun Devils under 30 points, but you can also feel the intensity in this game. So how do you balance that? Go out there and kind of play that Lopes basketball you want, but feed off that energy and still play clean ball.
You know, they missed some shots that first half that they normally make, so we need to do a better job getting there, contesting a little bit quicker. Their press hurt us during spells. We have to space better, and we'll go through that in locker room, hopefully make the adjustments and execute better.
All right, thank you so much,
Thanks.
Coach. We appreciate your time, and it is a nail-biter here at GCU Arena. These teams first met back in 2011 to open up the arena, and now back in action, and this time it counts. It's official, and it is a 1-point game at the break. We'll be back with the Lopes halftime show. Lots to talk about in this one as we break down this crosstown rival event. 30-29 GCU over ASU. We'll be right back. Kate Longworth, welcome you back to the Lopes halftime show, coming at you here on Fox 10 Extra. Right now, it's a 1-point game. The Lopes on top of 23rd ranked Sun Devils, 30-29 the score right now. Well, we're getting to know the players out on the court. Lopes players trying to do what they can to make things happen for a 5-0 start. That would be the first time to start things off that way in 6 seasons. And one guy making his presence known down on the court is Ash. That's how he's known to his teammates. The big man, 7-footer, making his presence known. Right now, he ranks in the top 25 when it comes to boards. He's averaging just over 10 a game. And Lopes insider Paul Coro had a chance to sit down with the big man to get the inside scoop.
All right, Ash, as we sit here right now, you're one of the top 5 rebounders in the nation. What's that been like for you after being a role player for the past 3 years?
I mean, I didn't even know that, so that's great. As I always say, that I always think of rebounding as one of the big keys to winning a game. So that's just what I'm trying to do. Get as many rebounds as possible.
Where do you think your knack for that comes? Besides size, it takes a lot more than size to get those boards.
Well, I mean, for the last couple of games, we had a big size advantage, so that's obviously a key there. But I don't know. It's just wanting the ball, I guess, if it's up in the air, and instead of just seeing it as a rebound, seeing it as a pass to yourself in the offensive end. So every time they shoot it, it could be a pass to me. So
size is a pretty common thing back home in Denmark. You guys are the tallest males in the world, but not much on basketball. Why is that not popular?
Right,
there?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really know about basketball until I was like maybe 10, 11. Obviously, I've seen it, but I started playing when I was 14, 15. So yeah, I don't know why. We're pretty tall, but we're not really into basketball. It's a shame.
More handball people, right?
Yeah, big team handball players. Yeah, Olympics, European. Yeah, that's big time. That's my family sport. Both my sister and my mom.
Yeah, mom's 6'4". That's more your height comes from her, and your sister's 6'4". And she's a cop, right?
Yeah, she's a police officer. She's pretty tough. Don't want to mess with her.
What's it like for you as a basketball player when you start a little bit older? Do you think that's helped? Have you have a different perspective about the sport because it's still pretty fresh to you?
Well, I don't know. Started late. I don't know if it's that late, but hopefully that just means that there's more in the bag that I can keep growing on. That my potential is still far away. That's what I'm hoping, at least.
Everybody likes to look up your name and find out that Asbjorn means God's bear. Seems sort of fitting. Is that why your parents picked it?
I don't know. I mean, I was a big kid, but I don't know if they thought it would be this big. But yeah, I mean, it fit out pretty well. God's bear, yeah.
Is Asbjorn hard for people? Because pretty much everybody calls you Ash.
Right. I mean, I started out saying to people that call me Asbjorn, but some people couldn't spell it, and some just butchered it completely. And then I think one of my teammates, my sophomore year, called me Ash, and then it just stuck. I like it too. It's short and sweet.
Well, no matter how you cut it, he's making his name and his presence known here for the Lopes. The big man making big things happen so far. All right, well, we want to remind you that one of the great things about an education at GCU is you get that real-life experience as a student. And along those lines, GCU's Worship Arts program produces an album every year called The Canyon Worship, and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. students will perform their original songs that might end up on next year's album. It's the Worship Arts Showcase live from the GCU recording studio. You can tune in at youtube.com/GCU. And in light of all going on in the world today, maybe you need something uplifting. Don't forget that Canyon Worship 2020 is already available at Apple Music and Spotify. All right, we'll be right back. It's 30-29, Lopes over ASU. When we come back, Barry and Scott will break down all that we saw play out in the first half of action.
Hi, Barry Beutel alongside Scott Williams. So glad you could join us for college basketball right here in the state of Arizona is highlighted with the Sun Devils visiting GCU. And an opening half, well, gonna have to dissect a little bit, right? Both teams shooting 38%. 1 of 9 from the arc are the Sun Devils. 1 of 7 from three-point land are the Lopes. But a huge play here near the right at the end of the half by Javon Blackshear, who really is the highlight show here with his 9 points in the opening half.
Well, ASU did a great job cutting into that 7-point deficit to take the lead, but it was Javon Blackshear that snatched the momentum to the locker room for the Lopes with a couple nice little drives to the basket. And I love that one right there because, you know, that really set the tone at how the Lopes needed to play, kicking the ball to the basket. And I love that one by Mikey Dixon. He realized Javon Blackshear had to go, and he just passed it over to him, and then I don't know what Mark was thinking on that one. He turned his back completely to JBJ, and he took advantage and put it the other way, so the Lopes take the lead into the locker room. But look at those field goal percentages. Not very good at all, but they did get to the free throw line because there's a lot of fouls out there. But both teams got to the free throw line. They shot a pretty good percentage at the free throw line. steals and taking care of the basketball for both teams will be an emphasis here in the second half.
Commonwealth Insurance, the way insurance should be, brings us our first half stats. Let's step aside. We'll be back with more of our halftime festivities with the Lopes up by 1 over the Sun Devils.
Longworth back here with you right now. It's a 1-point game. Lopes on top of the 23rd ranked Sun Devils, 30-29. We're just moments away from second half action. But I want to let you know, if you can't be here in the stands today due to safety measures, you can still be part of the action and win a prize. We're talking about a fan appreciation pack that includes a GCU hat, all you need with pom-poms, water bottle, even a State 48 shirt. And this can all be yours if you're following along today with the Lopes Nation app, and you can download that for your one-stop shop for all things GCU athletic. You'll get to watch the live stream games, listen to the broadcast, and like I mentioned, this fan pack could be yours. So you have a few seconds, log on, and then we'll be right back with second half action coming your way. Sun Devils at GCU. It's a 1-point game. How will it all end? We'll find out right after this.
Game is being presented by Raising Cane's. It's the Lopes and the Sun Devils from GCU Arena. It's a 1-point game, and Sweet James brings us this sweet play to close out the half.
Yeah, Javon Blackshirt Jr. just snatching that basketball as Remy Martin was eyeballing his coach to find out the play that they wanted to run, and that's something they should have had worked on time and time again in end of half, end of game type situations. He should have known what it was to be asked of him and his teammates in that situation. He just kind of had a mental breakdown, and Blackshirt Jr. took advantage of it.
We're underway. Freyer into Blackshirt. Javon hands it off. Laver down low to Midgard. Made that look easy.
I mean, he just posted the big 270-pounder right down in front of the basket. And where was the Sun Devils defense? They played such great defense in that first half, but it was lacking coming out of the locker room on that possession. Freyer cannot pick up a fourth foul here in the early moments of this second half.
Burge Jr. Step back, loose ball. Foul on Midgard.
What was that, Cherry? Cherry was down there working, Graham. Graham was down there working hard to fight Midgard for that ball. I mean, Midgard's one of the top 5 rebounders in the nation, and Graham was down there not giving him anything easy, and he got the ball back for his team.
Martin steps back from Blackshirt Jr. Gets some help from Graham. Remy Martin drives off the glass and in.
Well, Remy Martin's starting to heat up. He didn't have any field goals at about the 5-minute mark in the first half, and now he's got 4 in the last 5 minutes.
The All-American will light it up here. If you're Lopes fans. Dixon, far side, Blackshirt Jr. Freyer. Kick back out, Laver. Blackshirt to Freyer. Freyer puts it on the floor, drives into the paint. Foul underneath. Charge on Freyer.
Nice job by the Sun Devils stepping into that driving lane and picking up the 4th on Freyer. We were afraid that he might pick up one early, and you see a couple Sun Devils stepping in front. You know, when you got 3, you got to just be a little more cautious, and that's one of those bang-bang plays. Could have gone either way, but when you know you got 3 and can't get a 4th early, you got to be able to get into that lane and go up off of 2 feet where you don't get any contact whatsoever.
Basketball hands. Oh, Remy Martin.
That's the second on Martin. So after a good play by Remy Martin, this time he comes down and picks up the offensive foul. Sun Devils staying with that backcourt pressure. It was effective for them. It really got the Lopes disjointed offensively, and they're in the top 25 in field goal percentage, 52% a game.
Big right hand doesn't drop for Midgard.
Because of good high percentage shots like that, they're in the top 20 in defensive field goal percentage. And they keep giving Remy Martin looks in the second half. They will get burnt by these Sun Devils.
Sun Devils in the lead by 1. Lever. Look for Midgard. He's guarded heavily. Lakshin stops, pops. Not there. Rebound pulled down by Alonzo Bird Jr. Quickly up for Kamani Lawrence. Not a lot of room there. Midgard with the rebound.
I think Lawrence hurt his knee or his hip.
Awkward, didn't he?
Came down or went up awkward. Yeah, he's grabbing the left side. They may have to get a sub in the game for him. He's in some pain.
Dixon. Lever. Backs in, goes right. Picked up the loose ball. Oh, he just kept with it and outworked it.
Yeah, he got his shot blocked initially, and they're gonna get a timeout. Coach Hurley wanted a timeout because he wanted a jump ball. Hurley's on the floor, really giving it to the officials. But Lever does a nice job staying with that play. Got it back, and then he got to the other side. He almost uses the rim to shield the defenders away from blocking his second attempt, and he's able to squirt it in on the left side of the basket. Look at this one more time. Nice job by Graham coming from behind and blocking that one, but it goes right back into the chest of Lever. Now he goes and uses the basket to protect his second attempt, and Graham got his hands caught all up in the net.
Pretty intense coming out there. Social distancing might have been in play there, Coach.
Yeah, Coach Hurley, I think his wig came off on that one. He got off that bench so fast. He wanted that jump ball. He did not want to see Lever score that on the second attempt and then
You gotta
timeout.
love the intensity though, right?
Oh, yeah, you're going to get it from both of these coaches, absolutely. I mean, you talk about being competitive. The players want to have bragging rights when they're walking around town. Well, these coaches want to have bragging rights when they get together at their clinics as well. Look at these flashback photos.
I love it.
Is this from the 1980 game?
Yeah.
You gotta like that. Yeah, these alumni, students, faculty, they've been waiting 40 years for this rematch.
(34-31). Of course, the Hurley family. His brother Dan at UConn. Dad, Bob Sr., legendary coach. High school ranks leading St. Anthony's to 26 state titles. Jersey City, New Jersey. 45 years he was there. The school shut down. He sent like 150 of his students to D1 schools on full-ride scholarships. That's three kids a year.
That's wonderful.
That's remarkable.
Not only good players, but obviously good students to get into school and continue their education and go on to have nice career paths. So I tip my hat to the Hurley father there because he was working another job. I can't remember
Probation
what he did.
officer.
Yeah, and this was kind of like basketball was his side hustle. but he wasn't getting paid. He was doing it out of the goodness of heart because he loved the sport and he loved the kids.
Amen. Remy Martin off balance. Big rebound. Kamani Lawrence off the glass.
Lawrence, we thought he had a bad hip. He was playing
what happened to
possum, and he gets on the offensive glass. Just the second O board for the Sun Devils, and he made the Lopes pay. It's one thing they got burned Thursday, second chance points. They were absolutely destroyed. The last two basketball games, 30-7, second chance points.
Lopes.
That was Graham down there getting his hand on that, battling Midgard, giving up about 50 pounds of muscle and weight down there on that block. But kids showing it's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the fight in the dog down there on that block.
Second chance points belong in favor of the Sun Devils. 6-2 margin here in the second half.
That's lunch right there. That's golden. You can't let Lever catch that ball down on that block and get to his left shoulder for a right-hand hook. There it is right there. One dribble, get on balance, and then, was that Graham? Graham came over there. Remind me of the old Patrick Ewing blocking all those shots and start the national championship game in '82. Throwing those balls back out and taking the goaltending.
Oh, no look, and it caught him again.
Yeah,
They like those no looks. Sometimes it bites them.
He got a little too sloppy on that one in a 1-point disadvantage game. You got to make sure your pass finds its target. I mean, he was rolling right down the lane there. You had a guy wide open.
Sean Miller-Moore finds Laver underneath off the glass.
They're starting to pound him inside, taking advantage of the size advantage down low, and Ollie Laver able to flex his muscles up underneath that basket.
Lawrence hands it off. Josh Christopher, top of the key. Loose ball. Kick down. It'll be the Lopes. Oh, nope. Off for the Lopes, he said. Timeout on the floor. The Lopes up by 3.
Big fella going for a late Sunday brunch, having his way up underneath the basket. Lopes lead by 3.
Brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. By Herff Jones, by your side. By Community Tire Pros, serving Arizona since 1945. And by Talking Stick Resort. Play in style. Back on the campus of Grand Canyon University, Lopes up by 3. Let's send it down to Kate Longworth.
Well, what have you and your brother done lately? Because I'll tell you what, the brother coaches here in Arizona, they are representing. In fact, we have 3 of the 5 brother pairings among college basketball in our great state. There's, of course, Sean Miller at U of A. His brother Archie is the head coach for the Hoosiers. We talked about Bobby Hurley getting his coaching chops from his high school coach dad. And then his brother Dan is over at the University of Connecticut. And we know Bryce's brother Scott Drew is at Baylor. And Bryce, his brother, and his dad Homer, well, they are the second winningest family in college basketball with 1,175 victories. Absolutely incredible. What a family affair, and the love for the game that is on display right here in this building today, guys.
No doubt about it. Lost the handle, did Laver after a huge 3 in the corner by Verge Jr.
They made up for that behind-the-back pass.
Oh, here we go. Sun Devils back-to-back.
Back-to-back threes to snatch a 3-point lead in a 6-0 run by the Sun Devils, and Coach Bryce Drew came up off his bench. I thought when they stopped the play, I thought Coach Drew called timeout, but I believe they called a delay game on the Sun Devils. Yes, Drew does want a timeout.
Timeout called by the Lopes.
Sun Devils 5 of 8 this half, 4 of 7 for GCU. Okay, corner 3. Then they come back down and hit another one. If they get lethal, they were 1 for 9 in the opening half.
Yeah, sloppy with the ball, though. The Lopes had 10 turnovers in that first half, and that costly turnover there by Laver leads to a 3-point shot the other way. And points off a turnover are going to be big in this one. 7 steals now for the Sun Devils, and they're making them turn them into points the other way. You know, one thing that the Lopes can do out of this timeout to try to get some momentum back after those back-to-back threes is continue to pound inside. They are one of the best teams at scoring points in the paint in the second half against Nevada. They were 18 points in the paint to just 10 to Nevada. That's where they really kind of cracked the game open. So they're going to have to try to do that one more time on this Sunday afternoon.
Got a 22-16 margin in this game in the paint. Sean Miller-Moore. Ball tipped away by Verge Jr. Blackshear able to bring it up. And by Hollandwoods, goes left. Sean Miller-Moore up over the top to Midgard. No doubt about it.
Well, got stuck. They collapse. They run that weak side defense to the baseline, and if they can just complete a great pass over the top to the big, there's no weak side defense to help out the guy fronting the post.
Hurley got his big up. He's at the scorers table in Austin. Loose ball. Laver leads for Blackshear on the run. Quickly up for Sean Miller-Moore. He cuts into the paint. Back out. Laver quickly to Dixon in front of the bench. Back in the corner. Laver looks for 3. Good! Bam!
Well, neither team can make a 3 in the first half. Now all of a sudden there's raining threes up here at GCU Arena. Nice job. A little pick and pop between Dixon and Laver.
Lopes up by 2. Verge Jr., he wants it. Big rebound. Sean Miller-Moore getting extended minutes with Frayer on the bench.
Good things have happened when Miller-Moore's been on the floor. I want to know what his plus-minus for the end of this game is going to be, but it seems when he's on the floor, Lopes gets a little bit better offensively.
Dixon open look for 3. Not going to fall. Sun Devils pick it up.
And Woods, the smallest guy, comes out of there with it. That's how badly both these teams want it. Everyone's crashing the glass.
Tayshaun Cherry, Mertz Jr. cuts in, looks for some room, dishes off. Graham looking to move on Midgard, step back, rings out.
Give Laver a lot of credit. He slid his feet with a smaller offensive guy and didn't even allow the shot. He had to drop the basketball off, and unfortunately, Graham wasn't able to get that one in.
Midgard. Oh, Remy Martin, tight D, takes it away. Step back.
Woods. So you got Woods and Martin and Verge all canning threes here to open the second half. Oh no! They got a little too much wrist. They caught Verge with a little too much wrist on that play. Only the second team foul on ASU here. Those teams were fouling like crazy in the first half. I think both teams playing under control here defensively in the second half. Look at this one more time. Just right over the top to the big fella. He knows how to play with power around the basket. And then the pick and pop is the opposite thing what you can do with the 7-foot Laver. You pop him out to the corner, and those bigs just can never recover after showing on that guard and be able to cover out the 22 feet to get a hand in the face and challenge Laver on those pick and pops.
McLaughlin and Stone check into the game for the Lopes. House in the game for the Sun Devils. Also Austin. Stone drives.
That's got to be a jump ball.
Sun Devils.
I believe that's the jump ball Coach Hurley was screaming for on that Laver when he got tied up. But this time, Jaden Stone does a great job. He's got a really good pump fake. You know, a young player, freshman. He pump fakes on that three-point line. He's just got to be a little bit more aggressive after he gets his defender in the air to take that ball to the rack.
Martin Austin freed him up a little bit, enough for the bucket.
No, Martin's seeing it now. I mean, that was off the goofy foot, stepping back away from the hoop, and I don't know if that ball even touched the net, did it? I mean, that thing was pure. They do a nice job denying Blackshear Jr. the basketball. But the offense now, it's a shorter clock to work with, and they haven't got the ball into their primary ball handler.
Blackshear. All underneath.
It took a while to get it to him, but when he did, good things happen. He drives it down there and gets the contact.
Sun Devils up by 3. Bobby Hurley contemplating his next move.
Top of the list here at GCU. There are cutouts in the stands to make up for this limited crowd, and you could be a part of a face in this crowd. You have a chance to have your cardboard likeness placed in a reserved section of the seating for a gift of $100. These donations will benefit our Students Inspiring Student Scholarship Program, and this exists to help make dreams of pursuing a higher education a reality for those who otherwise couldn't reach for those stars. So turn your seat into a scholarship today at giving.gcu.edu. Listen up, Scott Williams. I know you're kind of a big deal, like that Will Ferrell cut out there, and I know you can't let it go when it comes to the fact that you don't have a cutout here. But I mean, we're talking about your NBA rings, and you know,
be a joker.
I think you have some money, right? You could give, and then we could have a Scott Williams cutout here. I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
It just takes money?
It's $100.
Oh yeah,
$100.
absolutely. You know, I get Barkley and Betty White, legends, right?
Yeah.
But Tom Chambers? Come on, Chambers? I know Chambers didn't give nothing to get that cut out.
How do you know?
I'm gonna call Thompson Chambers a text message and say he needs to fork up some cash to
Look
keep
at the
that
mullet.
cut out.
Gotta
Or I'm
love
gonna
it.
put some cash in there. I'm replacing Chambers.
Just put your face on
Chambers
top.
ain't got no rings. I love you, Tom.
Gotta love the hockey here. Lead is won by ASU. Long distance. Oh,
That was good the whole way. We got a great angle to follow that one. Track it to the basket. Christopher Cannon, his first 3 of the ball game.
freshman from Lancaster, California.
Well, I believe it was Coach Drew realized this team was playing good defense but wasn't able to take advantage of poor shooting by the Sun Devils. Now the Sun Devils.
Whoa! Stone cold.
That's Stone. Yeah, talk about how good this guy is with the pump fake. He said, no pump fake this time, Mr. Williams. I'm going to knock it down. But ASU with a 1-point advantage because they're heating up from the outside.
Oh, they're throwing them up from three-point land. That one doesn't drop.
Yeah, they shot 36 threes in their last basketball game, and before this one's over, they're probably going to be in the 25-point range.
Player back on the court, in the corner, Blackshear on by his high school teammate, Jalen House. Stone again.
Why not?
Ooh, in and out.
Oh, thing licked all part of the rim, but it just would not fall.
Oh, a little too aggressive by McLaughlin.
I don't mind that one by McLaughlin, though. As you only got 2 team fouls and you're coming back, you're at a disadvantage. Go ahead and foul him and make him take it on the baseline out of bounds. Look at that one more time. Anytime that ball gets below the free throw line, and I think Blackshear got it way down there, in the middle of the paint, it puts too much pressure on the defense, and they can't recover to those shooters.
Remy Martin.
He did what he needed to do on that play.
Wow.
That's a smart player right there. Understand, this kid's going to play at the next level, and he just realized that, okay, I got to get something to get myself to the free throw line, and just kept putting the pressure on the younger player there, and finally got the lower body contact to get himself a trip to the line.
His experience paid off for Remy Martin. Jerry checks out.
I like Remy Martin. I like his game. Got a little moxie to him. Just a little 6-footer. I'm not sure he's 6 feet. I think with the hair, he's 6 feet.
Sure. Maybe over.
He's going to play at the next level. Maybe Kyrie Irving might not be the right comparison, but he's definitely got some skill. He got a foul there. Third, I think that's his third now, coming over out of possession along that baseline to strip it away from Midgard before he could slam it down. They're going to give him shooting? Nope, on the floor. So another one of those plays that may not be such a bad foul. I mean, just 3 for Remy Martin. That's not going to be too much of a problem unless he picks up a fourth one quickly.
Up over the top to Midgard. Swarmed by 4. Sun Devils, McLaughlin. Big rebound.
He does that. That's not his game. Yeah, I don't mind a 16-footer, but the 20-footer, no, sir.
Christopher, he looked for the pass and he didn't get it, so hey, put it in the bucket. 53-48, Sun Devils.
Yeah, you haven't made a 3-point shot the whole season. Now is not the game to be trying one.
Freyer to Midgard. Stopped by the Sun Devils. Austin underneath. And a sweet feed by Freyer. And gathers in the loose ball.
5-point lead for the Sun Devils now. They're starting to realize that they can take control of this basketball game. Lope's got to do something to stop Remy Martin.
Big bucket. Opening it up. 8-point lead. Timeout.
Remy Martin's got something nicely working with his bigs off the top of the floor. But go back just one more time. Nice pass by Oscar Freyer, but just Austin coming over and saying, "You shall not pass." And then Austin sets a good pick for Remy Martin. He's able to get on balance and knock it down.
Austin stepping up to the challenge here.
The guy hit no field goals at one point with about 4 or 5 minutes to go in that first half, and all of a sudden that basket's got as big as a hula hoop, and he's made 8 of his last 11.
Well, fans, for every 3-point shot that GCU makes, Copper State Credit Union will make a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, please go to giving.gcu.edu.
Well, you knew Martin was coming out here and looking to be aggressive offensively. Just 9 points in the last basketball game against San Diego State, only 2 in the second half. They got blitzed on an 18-2 run as a result of Martin going cold. He's determined not to have 2 bad halves of basketball here again in consecutive games, and he's putting the Sun Devils team on his back and trying to carry him across the finish line against these Lopes team.
Laver into Dixon. Dixon eye by Martin. Laver. Right, back to Dixon. The wing. Near side, Frayer quickly into Blackshear. 10 on the shot clock. Frayer to Laver. Laver, far side Dixon. 6-5, got to do something again on the stifling D. Step back. Not there, rebound. McLaughlin tried to go after it, picked up by Holland Woods. Bounce pass, stopped. Kicked it, Frayer. So the Sun Devils are 10 of 26 in the opening half, 10 of 17 this half. 6 of 16 now from the arc. Martin, behind by Blackshear Jr. Kamani Lawrence. Josh Christopher, floater, doesn't go. McLaughlin gets it to Blackshear. Looks to drive through a sea of Sun Devils. Hoop and a harm.
JBJ showing it all. He's been working hard just to get the ball in the backcourt. And then once he gets off the hip of Martin, he just says, okay, I'm going to keep attacking. I don't see number one in front of me. And then he switches the ball from his right hand to his left hand to trick the shot blockers. He gets it in off the glass. Lopes needed that bucket.
Austin out, Graham in for ASU. 5-point lead, Arizona State. Martin leaves for Woods. Woods to Kamani Lawrence. Tipped by Blackshear. Tipped away on the pass attempt to Remy Martin. Bounce pass, Dixon. Reverse hoop and a horn. Oh, beauty. Did you see that, Scott?
Did
you see that? That was a big league play right there for Mikey Dixon.
That was a next level play to be sure. These backcourts suddenly showing out in these last two possessions, going in amongst the trees, getting to contact and finishing the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Look at that bounce pass, a 25-foot bounce pass to his backcourt mate. And Mikey Dixon, he's used to playing at St. John's in some big-time basketball games, and he has come to play today. That's only his first field goal. He got 7 points tonight, but he's got 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He gets that one to go, and the Lopes were kind of losing touch with the Sun Devils. You wondered if they had enough to finish this thing off. The two backcourt guys have combined for 6 points.
Dixon coming off an 11-point performance on Friday night in the win over Nevada. Remy Martin left hand.
Oh, he's so fast with that basketball off the bounds. All he just needs is a little screen to rub his guy off of, and he continues right to the bucket.
Here leaves for Dixon.
You kind of wonder if that play at the end of the half wasn't embarrassing for Martin. He's come out here to make amends for it.
Laver doesn't go. Midgard, no doubt about it.
Oh, the big fellow, all you can eat when he goes to the offensive glass. They haven't got a whole lot of offensive rebounds tonight. That's only their third offensive rebound, but that was a big one.
Martin puts on the afterburners. Burge puts it home.
I'm not sure what happened. It looked like somebody stopped, and then I don't know what's going on.
For the hustle by
Javon Blackshear Jr. looked like he had stopped on the play, and then they scored the bucket, and then he wasn't ready for the inbound pass, and they lost it. Look at this one more time by Laver going to the bucket. He wasn't able to get it, but he follows his guy, Midgard, right to the basket and slams that thing back home. Big fella's doing some work.
4-point lead by Arizona State. You cannot let up. We saw the turnover at the end of the half. It can't be sloppy. You've got to make those passes. You've got to be aware of everyone on the floor.
Yeah, these guys are cat quick, and they're thieves out there in a pair of basketball shorts. So you turn your head on, and they'll be swiping that ball for you and go in the opposite direction.
You see Remy Martin, he's definitely stepping up here in the second half, right?
He has got it going, dialed in. He went from stuck in first gear to now all of a sudden he's got it out in fourth and fifth gear, and he's just put his foot on the gas, and he's not letting up. He's knocking down three-point shots. He's driving the ball to the basket. He's rubbing his defender off the screens. He's gotten creative in the way that he's scored, and he's also gotten himself to the foul line as well.
We're seeing some work here in the second half from the GCU bigs, Midgard and Laver.
Yeah, I like the bigs. I like about 14 feet of fun because they play hard, they play together, they share the basketball, they play with power, and they use their big frames around the basket, slamming balls home. I love that one right there because you seal your smaller defender off, and there's no weak side help, and Midgard just sends it home. And this one here by Laver is a beautiful thing. The left hand, he's so effective. Right hand, left block, right block, doesn't matter. And then the pick and pop game with Laver is so effective because the big defenders can never recover out to that three-point line, and he makes them pay.
Hey, in the moment we have here condolences to the New Mexico State and to the family of Jimmy Collins, who passed away. Led the Aggies to 3 NCAA tournament appearances in the 1970 Final Four. Played for Lou Henson, 11th overall pick of the Chicago Bulls back in 1970. An assistant to Lou Henson at New Mexico State, then at Illinois, where he was a big recruiter. That 1989 Illini Final Four team, also head coach of the University of Illinois Chicago for 14 seasons. Our thoughts and prayers out to New Mexico State and the family of Jimmy Collins. Look forward to conference play starting in January and a visit from the Aggies, the team perennially on the top in the Western Athletic Conference.
Yeah, picked to win it again this year with the Lopes in second, right behind him.
4 points, Sun Devils lead. Holland Woods with an arcing three, kicked out, a little slow on the rebound for GCU.
GCU didn't have enough bodies in that painted area when that shot was up. Fell asleep, got to be hungrier than that.
Will they make him pay? No, Remy Martin shot off the mark.
Mikey Dixon went back and snatched that basketball. We're going to give him 3 attempts.
Down low. Laver knocked down his hands by Josh Christopher.
Yeah, he wanted to get to his left shoulder, right hand hook so bad, but if he had just dropped back that right foot count with the left hook he's so good at, he would have had probably an easier time getting that one in off the glass.
Woods out. Tayshaun Cherry brings in some height. Down low. Blackshear looking for an opening. Good!
Javon Blackshear Jr. is having himself a basketball game now. Good is that 6 of 11 from the field, 17 points.
Wirtz Jr. all the way around.
Oh, that was a 2-point. Pardon me. He's got 16 points.
Step back, travel, grab.
Yeah, a great defense. Now, it's not going to go down as much for, what was that, Laver or Midgard down there was guarding them, but that's a huge turnover he just caused here in a 2-point game when they got a 2-point deficit. Don't give it to Midgard. In his defense, he doesn't want it 80 feet from the basket.
Is that why they left him all alone over there?
That's why Laver looked at him like, no, sir. That's not happening.
Blackshear. 12 on the shot clock. Moves left. Eyed by Martin. Laver puts it on the floor. Leaves for Blackshear. Blackshear trying to find an opening. Loses the handle. And Remy Martin comes up with it. Tough with Tayshaun Cherry there. Oh, was that a sweet move by Alonzo Verge Jr.
How about that move? I mean, he covered about 25 feet in just a blink of an eye and got to the basket. That was a bad turnover by Blackshear because he had Laver rolling to the bucket.
Here we go. Turnover, turnover, turnover. Drops Josh Christopher.
They got to get Frere out of the game. He's working hard, but he is hurting them today offensively. I think Miller Moore or Stone would be a better option in this situation.
It's extremely unfortunate. Blackshear. Trying to thread the needle. 3 straight turnovers. GCU trying to go through a heavy traffic. Christopher, Tayshaun Cherry in the corner. In and out. Frere with the rebound and Dixon.
Cherry keeps shooting those threes like, you know, he's Larry Bird out there, and that was not the time for it. They had a little momentum going, built their lead to 6, and I thought Cherry would have been better off just swinging that ball back to the top and letting them reset their offense.
Sean Miller-Moore going to check in.
He was laying Cherry down there having some fun. You got a player struggling. It's just not Ferrer's night. Not his, nothing against the player. It's just not his night. And when you got Miller-Moore and playing better, only 3 points, but he's just, he got 4 rebounds and 3 assists. He's making things happen when he's out there on the court.
Love to see Jamal Walker. Wouldn't let him just walk right by, man. He needed to talk to him. Dixon, not there. Got Laver.
Yeah, Laver with the foul, but only the 15th foul on GCU, so no free throws with 4:05 to play. And you want to see those bigs go into the glass. They just have not used their size on the offensive glass enough tonight. Just 3 offensive rebounds for the Lobes, but they've only given up 4 offensive rebounds as well the other end, so it's not like they're getting killed in that category. They've just had a power outage these last few times down the floor with the back-to-back turnovers, and then that shot front rimming. Maybe you wonder if they're just a little out of gas here to finish this basketball game. They had a short turnaround. They had a high-intensity, high-pressure game against Nevada late on Friday night. Probably didn't get out of here until after 10:30 at night. Now all of a sudden you got to come back for an early start on Sunday, and these college kids just aren't used to those quick turnarounds.
Martin Weaves, step back, short.
Another front rim. Maybe both teams are losing their legs down the stretch here.
Sean Miller-Moore on the court. Jaden Stone checks in for Mikey Dixon. Miller-Moore comes back up top. Up over the top to Midgard. Drops it in.
Yeah, he tried to flop.
Yep.
Graham realized I'm in a bad way right now. Maybe if I flop down, the officials will give me the charge call.
4-point game with 3.5 and counting to go.
What a game. Buckle up, Lobes fans. This one's going to be a wild ride to the finish.
Lonzo Verge looking to move on Blackshear. Top of the key. Doesn't go. Rebound Midgard.
Who else? All he does is gobble up rebounds. Midgard doing a nice job. Nationally, 5th in rebounds. That was a big one right there.
Stone. Blackshear in the corner. Kick back out. Laver's looking for Blackshear. He's swarmed there. Finally comes back out, but there's 10 on the shot clock. Tayshaun Cherry comes out with a little muscle. Laver underneath with the left hand off the glass with a kiss.
How did Blackshear Jr. find him? He's logging 36 minutes. He's out there. He's running on fumes. He's biting out his jersey, but he makes a great pass to Laver. So smooth with the left hand off the glass.
2.5 to go. The lead 2 for Arizona State. Remy Martin comes near side.
Assists now. Blackshear Jr. with 4 assists in this game. I don't know if there was anyone bigger than that one on that possession.
Gets some freedom there from Graham on the screen.
Remy Martin, so good at using his bigs to run the defender off and getting clean looks at the front of the rim. He was short with that last one. He made sure he put a little extra power into that one, and he rattled it home.
Careful Stone, Blackshear. In front of the Lopes bench. Laver.
They like this little side pick and roll game, pick and pop game. That's free throws. That puts them into the penalty. They're going to be free throws 1 and 1 when they come back.
Timeout on the floor. The lead is 4 for ASU. Don't go anywhere. All here in the Valley. With the Lopes trailing the Sun Devils by 4 with under 2 minutes to go. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth with you. What will you see here? Remy Martin continue to take over this game and will his way to victory for the Sun Devils.
Coach Hurley ain't no dummy. He's got his best player playing well after a bad performance 2 nights ago. He's 10 of 11 from the field, and it seems like most everything he's thrown up here in the second half, except for one front rimmer, has found the bottom of the bucket. He's got 26 points. I mean, I think you put the ball in his hands. If he doesn't shoot it himself, you let him create for somebody else. And on the other side, Blackshear Jr., he's got it cranked up as well. He's at 16 points, looking to take that to 18 from the free throw line. Those 2 guys are going to control who wins this basketball game down on the stretch. They are extensions of those coaching staffs on the floor.
Javon Sr. at the game. We saw a shot of him. Yeah. Remy Martin was stuck on 2 in that opening half for forever with Verge, and now he's got 26.
It happened quick. Before you even blink, couple threes, some free throw lines, a couple buckets inside. How good is this kid, Blackshirt Jr., knocking down those pressure free throws with his team down 4 to make it a one-possession game.
Here we go, folks. Buckle up. Verge Jr., Remy Martin, Blackshirt trying to work his way through.
There's that screen again.
Man, Jalen Graham with the...
That is not working. Letting Blackshirt Jr. get rubbed off these screens is not working. He's going to need some agile after this game. They're going to have to figure out a way to show higher with the big and make him get beat someplace else.
Blackshirt took some heat there, long distance from Laver. Rebound, Blackshirt waits for Sun Devil to pass. But bam!
Remy Martin and Blackshirt Jr. are putting out a highlight reel. We got a 1-point game with 1 minute to go.
Here we go. 1 minute remaining. Lopes trail by 1. Verge. Oh, big blow by Stone on the cherry pick. Turn back, Laver with the rebound. Here we go. The Lopes bring it up the floor. Blackshirt Jr.
Coach Drew's going to let him play. He's not taking a timeout to drop a play. I love this. Running high pick and roll with Laver and Blackshirt. Oh, they're going to do the side pick and roll again. Oh, pick and pop.
Laver. Good!
Wow, pick and pop. They don't throw the ball to the cutter, and they give it to Laver, and he cans a 3, and Hurley wants to draw it out.
Timeout on the floor, 23.7 to go. Lopes up by 2.
Who would have thunk it? I mean, what a basketball game. And wondered if the Lopes were going to be left for dead, and they were out of gas. They fell behind by 7 points, but somehow, some way, Blackshirt Jr. has put this team on his back, and with a little help from Laver from distance, he has come back to snatch this lead back from the Sun Devils to 70 to 68. I love this one right here. They don't give it to the cutter coming up to the top, and just a little handoff to Laver, and he knocks down the 3-pointer to give the Lopes a 2-point advantage. Look at that bench. I love the spirit of this team, the togetherness, the camaraderie. That's wonderful. Now you're in this situation. You got a 2-point lead. There's 23 seconds left to go in the game. You don't want to foul and use your last foul too soon. Should the Sun Devils take this ball all the way, or the clock rather, all the way down to under 6, then you start thinking about go ahead and committing that foul rather than making sure that they don't get anything in rhythm offensively. They can take it side out of bounds and have to reset their offense with only having to defend 6 seconds left to go in the game, and you got yourself a 2-point lead.
Foul to give.
Yeah, got yourself a foul to give. But don't commit it early and don't commit it 40 feet from the basket. Wait to that 6 to 8 second range before you take that foul. And make sure you don't foul a shooter.
Here we go. 23.7 on the clock. Lead is 2 for GCU. Verge to inbound. Up over the top to Remy Martin, who has willed his way to 26 points, leading the Sun Devils. Holland Woods, he's hit clutch threes.
Watch Remy Martin coming off of that right side.
Verge Jr. drives baseline, kicked out. Remy Martin in the corner for 3.
Oh my goodness, what a big shot. They ran the old hammer play and found Martin in the corner.
Up to Jaden Stone, 8 on the shot, on the game clock rather. Stone.
Coach Drew took a timeout. 1-point game, 6.2 seconds left to go. Remy Martin makes one of the biggest shots of the game, a corner pocket 3. They run this play to get all the attention over to the left side of the floor, and they get Remy Martin on the right side. Wow. What a difficult shot. He shot it from below his shoulders, it looked like. He just kind of catapulted it up there, and some catapulted it up there. I'm so excited. And he found the basket. I mean, big-time player making a big-time shot.
Yeah. We highlighted him off the top of this show.
Yeah, you know, that
was just money for ASU.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about the foul to give. That play happened at about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It ended up with 6 seconds to go. I mean, about 12 seconds to go before they found him. It never really had gave GCU a chance to use that foul that they had to get. Now you send everybody, whenever they play, they draw, everybody goes to the glass. If you don't get the ball, you foul whoever should rebound it in a yellow jersey. Send them to the line, you got it, because even if you miss your shot, you foul right away. It's still only a one-possession game to tie the basketball game up. Should they make both free throws on the other end? But that clock, this shot's got to come quick. Then 2 to 3 seconds, this play has to develop with the shot.
How do you not develop a non-conference yearly game, home and home, between these two teams?
Oh, I'd love to see that.
This is just great for the state of Arizona.
I think they should have a mini tournament with NAU, U of A, Arizona State, and GCU.
Here we go, inbound, Blackshear. Quickly, 5 on the shot clock. You got to put it up. Blackshear, step back, shot at the buzzer. Oh, it rings out.
They got a decent look, although defended. Blackshear Jr. likes it on that right side off the top of the key, but the defense was strong and he just could not get it down. Look at that embrace between those two warriors.
Siobhan Blackshear.
What a basketball game. That's big-time college basketball. You gotta love that. I know GCU's undefeated streak comes to an end, but what a contest between the Sun Devils and the Lopes here on a Sunday afternoon.
Look at how tight that D. Holland Woods, man, he was so tight, and look at how close that shot was.
Dipped halfway down in the basket before it squirted back out, and I think he gives that little shoulder bump. Of course, the officials put their whistles in their pockets. Just was not able to stay down.
Post-game prayer. Assistant coach Ed Schilling. And the first loss for GCU. Great effort. Eddie House watching Jalen and the Sun Devils come out with a 71-70 victory over GCU. Man, it was everything that you had hoped this game was going to be.
Yeah, it stings
the Sun
a little
Devils
bit,
coming up. It does a little bit, but man, it's just great basketball. You know,
how fun was that?
It was a lot of fun, and you know, the Sun Devils were coming off a really tough loss at home against San Diego State.
Yeah.
You knew they would come in here with their ears pinned back, and more so, you know, coming off a 10-point victory over Nevada, you wondered if they were going to respond again on just a couple of days rest. But let's send it down to Kate Longworth.
Thank you guys, and an incredible effort by both teams down there. And as I turn to you, Ollie, just what does it mean? I know obviously this is a hard one to lose, but a well-fought game between two strong programs here in the state. What did it mean to you guys to just take the court today with ASU?
I mean, it hurts, you know, like we weren't there. And I think it came down to rebounding and turnovers. You know, they pressed us the whole game and we turned the ball over way too much than we were supposed to.
And I know Coach prides his team on defense. You saw that on display tonight. Falls short tonight, but overall, I know it's still early to kind of take in a game like this, but can you appreciate for the state of Arizona and what it just means for these two programs to get to play each other tonight, making history?
Man, you know, it's great that we finally got to play each other. I've been here for 4 years, and this is the first time we played them. I think we, you know, like I said, turnovers determined the game for us. I think there's a long way for us to go, but I think that we can make it.
Well, you definitely can hold your heads high after this one and Nevada. Kind of just how are these games helping you guys come together under coach, get the chemistry together? Some strong non-conference matchups for you guys before that WAC play begins in January.
Yeah, like I said, we have some few tough games that we gotta win though, because this was 100% winnable. And you know, we just gotta keep working in the gym and trying to get better as a team.
All right, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you for your time. It was a close one, down to the very last minutes and seconds ticking off on the clock. But in the end, it is the Sun Devils who prevail, 71-70 over GCU. But a lot to talk about in this one. We'll take a quick break and come back to recap all the action.